Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that might not be the most glamorous, but it's super important to talk about: stomach cancer. Now I know what you might be thinking. Oh no, not another heavy health topic. But stick with me because today I'm going to share 8 strange signs of stomach cancer that you might not have heard about. And trust me, knowing these signs could make a real difference in your health journey. So, let's get into it. First off, let's talk about what stomach cancer is. It's also known as gastric cancer, and it can develop in different parts of the stomach. It's not the most common type of cancer, but it's definitely something we need to be aware of. The tricky part is that the symptoms can be pretty vague and easily mistaken for other issues, which is why it's so important to stay informed. All right, the first sign we're going to discuss is something you might overlook: persistent indigestion or heartburn. We've all experienced that annoying feeling after a big meal, right? But if you find yourself dealing with chronic indigestion that just doesn't seem to go away, it might be time to pay attention. This isn't just your run-of-the-mill heartburn. We're talking about a burning sensation that sticks around, even when you're not eating spicy foods or chowing down on that extra slice of pizza. If it's persistent and interfering with your daily life, don't brush it off. It could be a sign that something more serious is going on. Moving on to the second sign: unexplained weight loss. Now, weight loss can be a positive thing for many people, especially if you've been trying to shed a few pounds. But if you're losing weight without trying, that's a different story. It's like your body is playing tricks on you. You might notice your clothes fitting looser, or you step on the scale and see numbers you weren't expecting. This kind of weight loss can be a red flag, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms. Your body might be telling you something isn't right, so don't ignore it. Now, let's talk about the third sign: feeling full after eating only a small amount of food. You know that feeling when you sit down for a meal and just can't finish your plate? It's one thing if you're just not that hungry, but if you're suddenly feeling full after just a few bites, that's a sign to take seriously. It's like your stomach is saying, "Hey, I'm done," way earlier than it used to. This can be due to a number of reasons, but in the context of stomach cancer, it could mean that something is affecting your stomach's ability to hold food. If this is happening regularly, it's worth discussing with a healthcare professional. The fourth sign is a bit more on the emotional side: fatigue. Now, we all have those days when we feel a little more tired than usual, but if you're experiencing persistent fatigue that doesn't seem to improve with rest, you might want to take note. This isn't just feeling sleepy, it's that overwhelming sense of exhaustion that makes it hard to get through your day. Your body could be fighting something, and it's important to listen to those signals. If you find yourself dragging through the day, even after a full night's sleep, it might be time to get checked out. Next up, we have the fifth sign: abdominal pain. This is another symptom that can be easily brushed off, especially if you've had a long day or ate something that didn't quite sit right. But if you're experiencing persistent or unusual pain in your abdomen, it's definitely worth paying attention to. This pain could be sharp, dull, or even cramp-like, and it might come and go. If it's something that's becoming a regular occurrence, it's not something to ignore. Your body is trying to tell you something, and it's important to listen. The sixth sign is a little more specific: nausea or vomiting. We've all had those days when our stomach feels off, but if you're experiencing frequent nausea or vomiting without a clear cause, it could be a warning sign. You might find yourself feeling queasy after meals or even struggling to keep food down. This isn't just about having a sensitive stomach. It could be your body's way of signaling that something isn't right. If you're facing this issue regularly, don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare professional. Now, let's move on to the seventh sign: changes in appetite. This can manifest in different ways. Maybe you're craving foods you never liked before, or perhaps you're just not hungry at all. This kind of shift in your eating habits can be a sign that something is off. It's essential to pay attention to these changes, especially if they're sudden or drastic. Your body is always communicating with you, and if it's telling you that your appetite is changing, it's worth investigating further. Finally, we come to the 8th sign, blood in your stool or black, tarry stools. Okay, I know this one sounds a bit scary, but it's crucial to talk about. If you notice any changes in your bowel movements, particularly if you see blood or if your stool looks black and tarry, that's a serious sign that something might be wrong. This could indicate bleeding in the digestive tract, and it's not something to take lightly. If you notice these changes, please seek medical attention right away. So there you have it, 8 strange signs of stomach cancer that you should be aware of. Now, I want to emphasize that just because you might experience one or more of these symptoms doesn't mean you have stomach cancer. Many of these signs can be associated with other conditions too, but being informed is the first step to taking charge of your health. If you notice any of these symptoms persisting, it's essential to consult a healthcare professional who can guide you through the next steps. And let's not forget the importance of regular checkups and screenings. If you have a family history of stomach cancer or other risk factors, make sure to discuss this with your doctor. Early detection can make a world of difference, and being proactive about your health is always a good idea. Before we wrap up, I want to remind everyone that health is a personal journey. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's completely okay. It's all about listening to your body and seeking help when you need it. Don't hesitate to reach out to friends, family, or healthcare professionals if you're feeling uncertain or worried. Thank you for joining me today as we talked about these important signs of stomach cancer. I hope you found this information helpful and informative. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more health-related content. Remember, knowledge is power, and together we can create a community that supports each other in our health journeys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.